What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today it's my 1000 subscriber Q&A special. I just want to say before we actually get into the video, thank you so much for helping me reach this milestone. It really means a lot, and honestly I'm just so grateful. But before we do actually jump into the video, drop a like on the video, comment down below, and be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are new around here. But let's jump into your questions. Okay, so I asked for your questions in a YouTube video recently and on Twitter using the hashtag JarvFC1K. I've got a few questions from YouTube and then the majority are from Twitter. So the first question, as you always get in Q&As, it's the stupid question. It's from Dark Moon Gaming. For the Q&A, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your favourite colour of the alphabet? As I said, it's a stupid question. It's got no logistic behind it, and I'm not going to even try and answer it because I'll just look stupid. We'll move on to the next question. And the next question is from Dark Elite 14. What's your favourite Football Manager moment / game / achievement? So by game, I think he means what actually edition of Football Manager, and Football Manager 2016 is the answer to that. And then in like 2 months time, Football Manager 2017 will be the answer to that. Every single year they bring out a new game, it becomes my new favourite FM, game. It just kind of goes that way. In terms of moment, it's weird because it's actually just like a general answer. It's actually my LFC series that I've recently launched, purely because every other FM save I've had has just been to me or my friends, but this is the first time I've actually been able to like broadcast something to like an audience and share my experiences with them. So that's my favourite moment and achievement. In the 11 years now, going on 12 that I've been playing Football Manager, since the original Football Manager that was just called Football Manager, it was 2005. I've played numerous saves, numerous seasons, but I've only ever been invincible once, and that was actually this year with Borussia Dortmund. Now, the league was terrible. Bayern Munich had an awful season. I think they finished like 4th, and, we just kind of took advantage of that. We drew a lot of games, granted, but, to go invincible in any game, like a Football Manager, even on FIFA, it's absolutely incredible, and that's probably my biggest achievement. I've only ever done it once, and it just felt so good once it was actually finally over, and I managed to complete it. Move on to the Twitter questions next, and we'll start off with a few, funny questions. We'll start off with the question from @DavidGraham78, or Booth FM, as most of you guys will know. Shag, Marry, Avoid, Katy Perry, Megan Fox, and Michelle Keegan. Now, as you can see, Chris or Curty FM has actually replied to that saying Shag, Perry, marry Fox, and avoid Keegan. Easy. I'm going to disagree. I'm going to go with Shag Perry. I'll agree with that. But I'm going to marry a Keegan and avoid Fox. Now, Fox is bloody, she's gorgeous, she's fit, whatever. But I'm thinking of it logistically. I'm only 19. I'm still quite young. Michelle Keegan's actually the youngest out of them three. I don't know if you know that. I only looked it up before. So realistically, I'm marrying her, shagging Perry, and avoiding Megan Fox. That's my answer to that. Let me know yours in the comments below if you want to, or let me know on Twitter. Obviously, Curty FM already has. Next question is from @CAFCFanTV1, or Lucas Cook, Lucas FM, as you probably know him. If you could marry one celebrity, who would it be and why? Now, if you know me, if you're really close to me, family, friends and that, which I don't think many of you are, you do know I have a thing for Ellie Goulding. I always have. She's just, I don't know, I can't even describe it. I've just got a thing for Ellie Goulding, so that's my answer. It's just hands down, plain simple. Ellie Goulding's the answer to that one. Next question is a bit of a random one. It comes from Curty FM or Chris, red sauce or brown sauce. I'm not the biggest fan of either, to be honest. I don't know why, I'm just not the biggest fan of sauce, but if I had to pick one, it would have to be brown sauce. Probably because over my lifetime, that's probably the one I've had the most, but as I said, not the biggest fan of either. Next question comes from AP Football YT, or Federico Makeda, as he is down on Twitter as. What has been your favourite footballing moment of the past year? So moving into some football questions now. And this is just kind of a wide range. Well, not a wide range. It's quite a broad answer. But it's actually Jurgen Klopp joining Liverpool. It's not really a match. It's not a player scoring a goal. It's not something I've seen. It's just Klopp joining Liverpool, because I feel like at the moment we sacked Rodgers, and I thought Rodgers is a great manager. He'll do well at Celtic. But to get rid of Rodgers, and we hadn't really progressed since we actually brought Rodgers in, let's be fair. Yeah, we had one really good season. We got into the Champions League, but we were knocked straight out of that in the group stages anyway. we didn't really progress. And then to go from like Rodgers and Martinez being our two candidates to then the next time we were looking for a manager, Klopp and Ancelotti, that was just absolutely crazy. And then the fact that we actually brought Jurgen Klopp in was just such a huge thing for Liverpool Football Club. So that's my favourite football moment from the past year. Next question is again from Curti FM or Chris. And he says, if deleting Istanbul in 2005, obviously the Champions League final, from history would mean Liverpool won the league this season, would you do it? Now, I've got two things to say to that. One, no, because that was just absolutely incredible. I'll touch on that a bit more in this video. You just can't, take away Istanbul from the history of the Champions League. It's probably the most notable Champions League final ever. Probably one of the most notable games ever of football. And secondly, I wouldn't need to do that because Liverpool are going to win the league anyway. Next question comes from DJamFM or James. He says, what is the best game you've been to live and also the best player you have seen live? So the best player I've seen live is Lionel Messi. I've seen him at the Nou Camp against Atletico Madrid a couple of years back. Let me think what year it would have been. It would have been when I was 16 and I'm 20 this year. So it would have been 2012. It was the year actually he broke, the records when he scored like 90-odd goals in a calendar year. It was then, right at the end of the year, they beat Atletico 4-1. Falcao scored for Atletico. I'm going to see if I remember this actually. Messi scored a goal. Adriano, I think it was, the left-back. I think he scored. Sergio Busquets scored. And I can't remember who got the fourth. It may have been Iniesta or Xavi or someone like that. But I know it was 4-1, and Messi, he was incredible that day, and he was incredible that year. And the best game I've been to in real life, it's actually Liverpool. Obviously, it's not going to be any other game. I'm very biased towards Liverpool, but it was actually the Merseyside derby a few years back when Gerrard scored a hat-trick at Anfield under the lights. It was just crazy. That game was just, it was just such a good moment to be a Liverpool fan. The history between Liverpool and Everton, the fact that Gerrard's always mocked by Everton fans and United, but, focusing on Everton, the fact that he goes and gets a hat-trick and then celebrates by putting the ball up his top because the Everton fans have been singing all game, the baby's not yours to him. That was just such a great game to be a part of. And as I said, under the lights at Anfield at night, that was the best game I've been to in my life. Next question comes from Toxic Lemon or Jordan. He asks, if you had to spend all day with one current Liverpool player, who would it be and what would you do? Now, I'm going to give three answers to this. He says one, but I'm going to give three. One's the actual answer, two are kind of jokey answers. The first one would be Alberto Moreno, and I'll take him to every single good left back in the history of football and say teach him how to play football, because that lad needs to be taught how to be a left back. Then, if it said Liverpool staff all player, it would be Jurgen Klopp, because why not? But it doesn't, so it's Liverpool player. So my actual answer would be Daniel Sturridge. Why? Because he seems like the most chilled, most like relaxed, most like, he just seems funny. He just seems like he's got banter, he's got like everything. I'll just spend the day with him. I'll play a bit of football with him. Then I'll probably record some videos. How good would that be to have Daniel Sturridge on the channel? Be pretty epic, to be fair. Next question comes from Golden Goal FM or Matt, fellow YouTuber. What is your greatest moment as a Liverpool fan? So, greatest moment as a Liverpool fan, wow. It's got to be the Champions League final 2005. There's nothing that really is ever, I don't think, going to rival that unless, like, we win the Premier League Invincible, something like that. I don't know, but it's got to be the Champions League in 2005. There's just, you remember where you were when that happened. I remembered exactly where it was. Like the next day we went to the open top bus tour and in town, and the amount of people that turned up to it was absolutely incredible. You could not move for literally like a 10-mile stretch. You probably just could not move at all. It was just absolutely crazy, and everyone knows the Champions League final of 05, and that's why it's my greatest moment, and that's why Curti FM, if you're still watching at this point, that's why I wouldn't delete that from my memory. Next question is from Keepers or Callum. He asks, if you could give one piece of advice to Jurgen Klopp, what would it be? Now, there's two actual replies to this, and as you can see, buy a left back, and then the next one is left back, even though he's a United fan. It says it, doesn't it? I don't even have to say it. Them guys have said it for me. I'd tell him to buy a left back. He's not going to be watching this, but if you are, Jurgen, just buy a bloody left back, please. For God's sake, just do it. Next question again is from Curti FM or Chris. He asks, name your best Liverpool 11 from the past 15 years. Now, I'm only 19, so 15 years ago I would have only been 4. I probably can't remember some of the players that well back then, but I'm just going to pick the players that obviously stand out in my memory. So let's just jump into the team. I've got Pepe Reina in goal. I've gone with actual 2 right backs, but one can play left back to be fair, as the full backs. I've gone with Nathaniel Klein, obviously our current left back, our current right back. He's probably the most consistent player I've seen in a Liverpool shirt for quite some time, and one of the best right backs in the country by far. Then I've gone with Arvelo Arbeloa, a left back. Such a talented player when he was at Liverpool, and obviously he went on to Real Madrid and he was great for them. Then centre-back, I've gone with Sami Hyypiä, obviously former captain, and Jamie Carragher. You don't really need to say anything about them two. In the midfield, what a midfield this is. I've gone with Javier Mascherano, Steven Gerrard, and Xabi Alonso. Crazy, crazy midfield. And then I've actually gone with 3 strikers up front. Fernando Torres, Robbie Fowler, and come on, there's no way I was leaving him out, Luis Suarez. That makes up my best 11 for Liverpool in the past 15 years, or at least of what I can remember of it. Next question comes from Tim's FM or Joe. He says, how much money would you accept for Coutinho, Firmino, Daniel Sturridge in real life from a Premier League rival? Now, Premier League rivals, I'm thinking Man United, Everton, and I don't like Chelsea, so I'll go with Chelsea as well. And for them reasons, it's big money. Coutinho, 80 million, Firmino, 70 million, Sturridge, 65 million. There we go. There's my prices. They're really inflated. That's not how I value them. But Premier League rival, there's not a chance I would want to see Coutinho, Firmino or Sturridge in a Man United shirt. No chance at all. Next question comes from GWFM or GW365 on Twitter. What is the best save you've ever played? We're moving into some more like YouTube Football Manager based questions right now, and it's got to be a save that I've done years upon years ago on the PSP. Remember the little PlayStation things? That's when I first started playing Football Manager, before PC. I actually played a lot on there, and I think it was in 2008, 2009. Can't remember the exact Football Manager game it was, but I had a save with Liverpool and I got to 2030, and we're talking 08, 09, so it's 22, 23 seasons. It's probably the most I've actually done in a single save, and I was pretty much winning everything every season. I had the best team in the world. I had honest to God, if I could get the gameplay, if I could get the I've not got a PSP anymore, so it's not possible. But if I could, I would show you. I was honestly addicted to it, and it's one of them where when you're at the PSP, you could play it anywhere. I'll take it everywhere with me. I'll take it to families. I'll take it on holiday. I'll be on the plane playing it. I'll be just before I go to bed, I'll be playing it. I'll be playing it in school. It'd just be, you're just sat there with the, teachers are at the front, you're at the back of the desk, and you're just playing this Football Manager. It was absolutely great. And I just loved that save. I was completely addicted to it. And it actually started when I wasn't well. I was actually unwell and I was at home and I didn't really know what to do. So I started the save with Liverpool because I never really managed Liverpool before that on it because I just don't tend to do so. Even though I've got a series out right now, I didn't tend to. So I thought, start a save with Liverpool. I was ill for about a week, but the amount of seasons I got through in that week, it was probably one of the best weeks going at that age anyway. So that was my best save that I've had in a Football Manager. Next question again comes from Tim's FM. He says, he's tagged me twice. What one new feature do you want to see the most in future Football Manager games? Now, I've spoke about this occasionally, so I don't blame people for not knowing. It's actually a revamp of press conferences. Can't even get the words out. People want match engines. They want this. They want that. I just want a revamp of press conferences. I hate being asked the same question over and over again in the press conference. Every single match, before, after, even when you're just picking your teams and you have that tunnel interview, it's the same questions every time. It gets so repetitive, so boring. I'd like some, you can type some answers, but it doesn't do anything. You can type anything, and it literally doesn't have any impact. It would be pretty cool if there was some way of actually being able to type your answers, and the game actually took it on board. Obviously, it's a big ask, and I don't even know if that's possible for Sport Interactive, but it would be just such a great feature to add into a future Football Manager. Next question comes from JNO United. He asks, who are the YouTubers you watch the most? Now, I'm going to address this in two ways. So within Football Manager, I kind of watch a bit of everyone. And I'm not just saying that, because everyone then thinks, oh, he's, he watches my videos and that. I'm saying that because one, I genuinely do, and two, I don't really like to name names because I'll end up missing someone out and they'll be like, oh, why doesn't he watch me? When I actually do, and I'll be on YouTube later on and I'll be like, God, why didn't I say that guy's name? So in terms of Football Manager, I watch, bits of everyone. There's some excellent content creators out there, to be fair. Honest to God, the Football Manager community is the best community I've seen anyway. Some of the other communities are quite hostile. Our community is pretty decent and there's loads of great content out there, so go check some of these guys out. But in terms of bigger YouTubers, I'm a bit more open to say who I watch because they're never going to see these videos. Casey Neistat, he's the best YouTuber I've ever seen, honest to God. I know he's like a filmmaker and he used to like make actual films and so on, but his vlogs are just exceptional. If you've never seen him, go and watch him, honest to God. I always heard people talk about him and I was like, I don't know who he is, I don't know if I'm not interested in vlogs, but then I've never missed an episode since I started watching him, and he's just the best YouTuber out there in my opinion. In terms of the FIFA community, I watch AJ3 FIFA, or he's just AJ3 now. Spencer FC, the Wembley Cup, the stuff he does, absolutely exceptional. AirJapes FIFA back in the day, football to FIFA to 2012, FIFA 13, FIFA 14, Path to Power. Such good series, really good YouTuber. Obviously watch a bit of Sidemen jump in and out of their videos. And recently, Nadeshot and Big Timer Optic Big Timer, they've had a series with H1Z1. They've had some COD 4 series as well. Been really enjoying them, watch them religiously like every day. It's been a real good series to enjoy, but they're probably the YouTubers that I do actually watch the most. Next question comes from Dave as a Party FM, or Dave as a Party as you know him on YouTube. Who or what inspired you to make videos? Well, I'm going to address this as both ways. You asked who or what, but I'm going to answer both. Who? Spencer FC and AirJapes FIFA, as I mentioned, both of them. AirJapes back in 2013, 2012, so on. His Path to Power series was just so good. It was crazy. Used to love all them videos. And Spencer FC more recently, he breaks the norms of FIFA YouTubers. Every FIFA YouTuber just has clickbait titles with pack openings all the time, like, oh my god, I packed this guy, and they just don't. Or, oh my god, a 195 foot draft, and it's like a 190, you know. But Spencer FC, he actually has creativity, and the series he produces is just fantastic. You know, the Wembley Cup, I know that's not FIFA, that's a genius idea. Then you've got like the Wheel of Fortune, which is a FIFA series. You've got Selfie Squad, got the Zerati kids from some way back, you know, like a long time ago, that series. London United, don't know if you've ever seen that series that he produced, that was fantastic as well. So he just breaks the norms, and he's got creative series, and I really enjoy watching Spencer's content. Then obviously some of the guys in this Football Manager community, because obviously they're FIFA guys, why do they make Football Manager videos? Because of the guys in the community. You see these people creating really good content, and you're like, people actually watch Football Manager videos, that's crazy, and they just inspired me to make Football Manager videos. Final question comes again from Tim's FM, and it's, what are your goals for YouTube? Now I wanted to end on this one because it's a good note to end on. I don't actually have goals. I do this for the fun of it. I do it just to enjoy it. I do it because I like to see people enjoying what I'm doing, enjoying the content I'm creating, and to see that, you know, you see your channel growth, you see like audience retention, likes, comments, subscribers, stuff like that. That's feedback to me, telling me that I'm doing a good job of creating content, and I just like being creative. I've actually been doing YouTube, like, obviously not consistently, but I started YouTube back in 2008. I was speaking to Dave as a Party on Skype the other day when we were recording a video, and I was saying, I've just found my old channel back from 2008 when I used to make Call of Duty montages. I was a Call of Duty editor for montages, so even back then, 2008, 8 years ago now, I would have been 11 years of age, and I remember distinctly, it was when I first started high school. I made some new mates, and they were actually into like COD and making videos. One of them had a HD PVR, and we all just made videos, we made montages, sent our clips to him, he recorded them, and then sent them back to us, and we made montages, and it was just great fun. Back then, we actually got to like 1,600 subscribers, I think it was. I'll try and find the channel and link it again. It was really difficult to find. And just the creativity, making videos, playing games, that's just, you know, what I enjoy. So in terms of goals for YouTube, I haven't got any, just to keep, except, okay, I've got one, keep making quality content. That's the only goal I've got. And if I stop doing that, if I stop enjoying it and I stop making quality content, then I'll have to address that. But they are simply my goals for YouTube. But that is all for this Q&A. Thank you all once again for 1,000 subscribers. Absolutely crazy. Never thought I'd hit it. I never thought I'd hit it so fast. Like, less than 2 months since I started, I think. Or it'll be around 2 months. Like, restarted anyway, because obviously I had videos back in the early part of this year, but then I stopped for like 6 months, 7 months, because I just wasn't enjoying it, but I've really started enjoying it again. So, just thank you guys so much. It really means a lot. Be sure to drop a like on this video, comment down below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. That is all. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, goodbye.